Hey, what's up, everyone? Um, I know it's been a while, and I've had different issues and things going on here lately. And for those of you that's still been around, I appreciate it. And even in my absence, I've gotten new subscribers, and I don't know how, but for those of you that are brand new, um, I'm sorry that it's been so long. I'm usually not this bad about it, even to my commenters and people that have been avid, subscribers this whole time. Um, I apologize for not returning a lot of comments, and I know it's taken a long time, and I've kind of had a lot on my plate lately. And I had a subscriber, a new one, that said he had no idea how he hadn't seen me before, and I'm kind of a blacklisted YouTuber, and it's from my early videos, I'm sure. Um, however, um, I'm glad to be back. Things are gonna. I'll start coming back and being back, and hopefully you can start seeing my ugly mug bouncing around the internet here a little bit more often than has been here lately. And but that's something I kind of wanted to talk to some of you guys about, and gals, of course. Um, I can keep on drawing the lines between the similarities of the people that are in my community, which a lot of you already know. And if you've never been to my channel, never heard me talk before, and this is the first time you've ever seen me, um, we have very similar things in common. And either being empathetic or being free thinkers, that wasn't enough for me. I needed to see how how in depth a lot of a lot of us are connected. And I had a commenter the other day. Um, I don't know. They just just some of you guys say something say things to me that relate so much that it bothers me that out of the men that I talk to, that I haven't, never have I ever ran into friends that are this type of these people that I meet here or talk to here. I don't even run into these people my whole life, and I've known quite a few people. When you talk as much as I do and you sound the way I do, you tend to get people's attention. And you just don't run into people like that all the time. And I run into them, it seems like, here all the time, but it's because I'm looking for them and they're looking for me, in a sense, or these type of people. And even when it comes to women, I hear so many good women that I talk to, young and old. And, you know, I spent my life with so many different types of relationships, so many different types, and we all do. We all do. We all try to find that partner, either be male, female, whatever's in your bag, but you spend so much time looking for people, and it's like I've seen a lot of them here. And that's what bothers me the most is, I don't know, it seems like all of us are corralled into this one group, and yet we're so close to each other, but at the same time so far apart. And I just want to say that I'm very appreciative of a lot of you. And I jumped back online last night, and I've been around. I'm lying to you if I said I haven't had internet, because I have. And I've just kind of been an asshole. I've been kind of stuck in my own little hole here lately. And I'm like I think, I don't know about a lot of us, but depression can hit me kind of hard sometimes. And it's just life. It's not a particular person, it's not a particular thing. And but I've kind of been in a little hole lately. And I'm going to let you know now, if you have something else to do while you're playing this video, please do it, because more than likely this video might run a little bit of time. So I'm just giving you a fair warning. If you want to go ahead and leave the video, that's cool. I understand asking people to pay attention to anything for longer than 5 minutes is pretty difficult to do. But if you do stay around, I kind of have a few things I want to talk to you about, all of you. Um, there's something that a lot of you know, that, and I might lose some of you because of it. And I'd be lying if I say I'm not going to watch the subscriber numbers to see if they fall off. But there's something that a lot of you, I think, have come to depend on me for, and that's to be honest. And even in the face of adversity, I try to be honest. In real life, much less on the internet. I'm gonna do the same thing here, but I've lied to all of you, straight to your face, and I've felt guilty about it. I knew I was doing it when I did it, and but it was a gamble that I was going to make, and or it's a gamble I was willing to make, and it was very selfish of me to a certain degree that I basically gambled all the relationships that I have with a lot of you, and because I needed to hear some feedback, and some of you already know that that lie was I'm the guy with the felony. I don't know how many of you saw that video. I don't know if any of you even know what I'm talking about or how many of you do. But I made a video prior to this one about a friend of mine that I had that had gotten in trouble. And that was me. I was that person that got in trouble when I was a young man. I was 18, going on about 19, and it's ruined my life ever since. And it's really hard to get feedback on something like that in a general sense where you can ask a bunch of people at one time. I mean, you can talk to family members, and I have some family that tries to hear me, and I got some family that's just like, he's been to prison, he must be halfway out of his mind. And normal people, and I mean normal, I just mean run-of-the-mill dwellers, they as soon as people start hearing things about prison or convictions and stuff, they get a little leery, and I understand. I mean, I've been an employer, or at least a small business employer, for over or almost about 15 years. And believe me, when I see guys that have clearly been convicted of felonies and have been to prison, I'm not gonna lie, I look away. I don't need that in my business a lot of times. I'm not saying I've never taken any chances, because I have, but I understand, and I used all of you, and I know what I just said. I used you to get, to get feedback on what people thought about that circumstance. And I don't know, after all these years, and a lot of you know, some of you guessed it right, and I guess I owe y'all some comedic, funny pictures or drawings of some sort, and I apologize. I've had a lot on my plate, but I just wanted to know. I'm 38 now. This happened to me when I was about 18, maybe a little bit older, 18, 19, and it's been 20 years, and my life is still a wreck. My life is still in shambles, and it's really, really hard to get ahead, when the opportunity isn't there. I mean, life's hard enough for everybody, and I understand that. I mean, life's hard for just regular people that have never done anything ever in their life. They might talk a little funny, might have a lisp when they speak or something. You might be overweight. You might which might be linked to your thyroid. You might have the wrong color skin, for the environment that you're in. If you don't think that a white guy has it hard in a black neighborhood, think again. He's got it tough just as much as a black dude has it in a white neighborhood. And I use black and white because that's the most obvious. Don't hit me with, I'm an islander or, something else. It's just the most obvious. But I understand, how life is just tough, and I just feel like I've had an extra bout of toughness that I really didn't feel like I deserved. And a lot of you know that. I'm pretty sure that people would have a different look or an outlook on prison and inmates and convicted felons if they carry themselves the way that I do. And I've been there. It's not that way. So I kind of felt like I needed to hear what people that I kind of trust at least being similar minded, you know, what they thought about that. And I'm very surprised. Well, I'm not so surprised, but it was uplifting to hear what a lot of your responses were, And again, if you feel betrayed, if you feel like I let you down, gripe me out. Tell me how much of a fucking asshole I am because I lied to you. I built a channel on trust and I literally betrayed it. And, I had a bump in the road here lately, and I guess I was reliving some. I guess I've been reliving some of the anchors in my life, and honestly, that's the biggest anchor that I attribute a lot of my issues to. And at the same time, it's made me who I am. And I try to tell people that I wouldn't be the same man I am today if it wasn't for that. But lo and behold, I'm in the state of Texas, and they have no way to expunge anything from your record. It's the only state in the United States that's that way. All the rest of them has a way out after 2, 5, 10 years, much less 20. And this is the only state in the whole United States that doesn't. And I'm kind of stuck, However, that's what's bringing me to this video, and I know that I'm 12 minutes in already, but that's kind of what I wanted to talk to you guys about today. And I'm not really going to label this one, I don't think, the Mandela effect. And that's kind of what I wanted to ask you guys is how do you feel about me making videos that aren't necessarily straightforward about the Mandela effect. I tried to say this a little bit earlier, dealing with the psychosis of our being and how we're all connected, and how, a lot of us happen to find each other through the Mandela effect. So, I mean, any of you that know my channel know that how I see the Mandela effect, but I don't know if it's fair for me to just literally label every video Mandela effect. It turns into clickbait. It turns into, the only person that's making new Mandela videos. And, I saw the doctor, he's run dry on material. I hear there's a few more here and there. I heard one about the Beatles yesterday from one of my subscribers, which I'm never going to turn into that channel. I'm just letting y'all know that now. I'm not going to turn into that channel. Maybe it would get me more views, more subscribers, but again, you guys know I'm not here for that either. I'm never going to dissect each individual, the Doors or the Beatles or what have you when it comes to different Mandela effects. I'm always going to deal with a theory, if anything, and I did see a video the other day, though, talking about how Elon Musk said the AI is out of control. I've been trying to tell you guys, it's the AI, man. I'm telling you, it's AI. But, that's for another argument. So anyway, what do you guys think about me still making videos, but basically, I don't know. Y'all hit me with ideas. I really don't know. I have a lot of psychology theories that I like discussing. I've put together a group here where a lot of us think very similarly, and I hate to turn into a ranty kind of person, but, that can be something that I do too is I can just basically say what I do and don't like about certain things. I can talk about different types of thinking and, the way we're put together and I don't know. I'm open to ideas, but what I do and will always enjoy speaking about is the mind and what connects us. Especially when I say us, you people, you guys out there watching and gals, know what I'm talking about. We're very much connected and very similar, and I want to keep that going. And if you want, I can connect it to the Mandela effect. If you want to, I can just say, oh, well, Mandela effectees are this way. And I can do that if you like, but I kind of feel like I'm cheating the viewer. It's not going to be something super new for a lot of people, and every now and again maybe I might do that, but there's a few things that I'd like to just touch on when it comes to the mind, and when it comes to us and humanity and community, which is my favorite and most important part of this whole thing. And anyway, that so let me go ahead and I guess spawn off what this is supposed to be. I'll try to cut it kind of short because I've spent 15 minutes talking about what you've already heard, and I'm not going to elaborate much more. But I wanted to talk about perfect for my last video before this one, building resilience. And I thought that when I stumbled across this idea, I figured it would be perfect for the video I had made, and that was before I decided to confide in you that person was actually me. And I feel really bad about it, for as bad as I guess someone could feel. Not like I really need more stuff to feel bad about, but I do, and however sincere I can be about that, I am sorry. I didn't really mean to lie, and it was for personal gain through all of your perspectives. And but yeah, I wanted to talk to you about resilience. And I took a couple of little notes, so if I'm bowing down, it's what I'm looking at. But what does resilience mean to all of you guys? To me, it means basically my whole life, the ability to be knocked down and to get back up. It's the story, I guess, of the phoenix. You rising from the ashes. Maya Angelou, one of my most favorite poets of all time. She has a great poem called "Still I Rise," if I'm not mistaken, and that whole poem is about resilience. That's what I feel like my whole life has become, and I'm sure a lot of you have too. And when a lot of us dealt with the Mandela effect, that was a form of resilience, because we introduced it to other people to try to share what we thought. A lot of you told me just to shut up, don't try to wake anybody up, and a lot of you didn't. And so the ones that didn't shut up, and maybe even maybe even the ones that didn't say anything, still showed that well, I'm not going to change my thinking because I know it as fact. And I feel the same way. I feel like I know this issue, this Mandela effect, as fact, at least the ones that pertain to me. But even in life, I have to show resilience. I have children, I have a life, and, something I'm shooting towards. And, I've had gray hair popping out, here lately a lot more than it ever has. 38 was the year for me to start getting older. And I feel it, not necessarily in my body, but I mean, I feel like a lot of my time has been spent just running around in circles. And, it takes a lot to keep standing up. It takes a lot to keep rising to the occasion. It takes a lot to face the music, to set them shoulders back and put that head up and just keep fighting the good fight. It's tough to do that, and I know a lot of you do. And I think that's a lot of us here. In the face of adversity, we still fight and strive to make our position known and clear. And as I was, I looked up some stuff, just for a little bit more education behind my thought. If I can, let me read off a few of them to you. Positive attitude. I'm not really the best at that. Optimism, kind of so-so. Regulating, or the ability to regulate emotions. I'm going to come back to that one. And do you see your situation and issues as a form of feedback, as a form of helpful feedback? Like what I said about I hate even saying it, about being in trouble or going to prison. Do you I had to see that as well, it made me a better person. It helped me see a side of life that I really don't want to be a part of. It helped me see others that were stuck that literally made some stupid, off the whim, dumb decisions that ruined their life, and I don't know. I feel like sometimes I have no choice but to look at the things that have happened to me as some type of feedback to, well, now you're stronger from it. Now you're a better person from it. And I feel like if I didn't tell myself that, I would just collapse in on myself like a dying star. So I don't know. Positive attitude. I'm not very positive about things. I try to be. I try to believe in people, but people are really good at letting me down. Optimism. I'm just not very good at optimism at all. I'm just not good at it. Negative emotions, though, or I'm sorry, regu- my handwriting's awful. Regulating emotions. That's something that I do feel like that's where that's how you build resilience. To me, is learning to regulate, your emotions. Um, you have to. I mean, if you let the things knock you down, keep you down, guess where you're gonna be? Still down. And I just can't afford to do that. I put a lot of emphasis in my children that I'm their father. I can't I can't just stay down. I have to get up, and believe me, there's been many a times my head wanted to find its way into a noose, or some razor blades across my arms, or find the bottom of pill bottles. I've had these moments of despair. You know, but at the same time, it's made me sacrificial. And a lot of you have been able to put that together, put two and two together about me. But I'm a very sacrificial person. I'd sacrifice my life to save someone else's. In innocence. The same way that like an animal is innocent. They're just they don't know no better. I feel the same way about certain people. If there's like a little kid chasing a basketball and he just doesn't know any better, and he's running out in the street, I'm probably going to sacrifice my life for that kid. That kid could turn out to be some killer, or he could turn out to be a priest. I don't know, but that's not my decision. My decision to make is that I'm willing to sacrifice myself, and that's come from giving myself such a weak value. And that's happened because I've never had the opportunity to really do anything with my life. I mean, anywhere I've ever gone to get a job, to get an apartment, felony pops up, and I know I sound like a broken record, but that is my life. It's a broken record player, much less the record. I mean, everything comes back to that. Everything, and it's been really, really hard, but I still have to get up. I still have to stand up. I still have to punch through and get things done, for my life and for the lives that I'm entrusted to take care of. Um, I guess another word or something else, some of you might call it, is a survivor. And that's who a lot of us are survivors. And I hate to bounce back to empathy, but for us to feel things for others and have to literally watch the horrors that happen in our life and our world, and for it to break our hearts because we know how that could feel or possibly feel, we still have to overcome that emotion and survive that feeling, that moment of despair, that life of despair. We are survivors to a certain degree. Maybe I should name this video Survivors. I don't know, but more than likely it's not going to be. But I don't see it as a gift. And that's a lot of people's theory on it, is seeing it as a gift. And I just don't see it that way. I mean, don't get me wrong. I mean, maybe to people's lives that I have affected, and I've sacrificed myself for it, maybe they do see, you know, what I've gone through as a gift, because it wouldn't have made me who I am. And I don't know. I have tried to help other people, and I I've saved at least 5 lives in my lifetime by being the person that would move, the person that wouldn't freeze up or clam up. I had a video about before, a fight or flight type video, and that's kind of where that comes from. Is that there's a lot of people that just get stuck in awe or stuck in their own self-preservation, and I just don't have that. I'm very sacrificial, and I'm sure it comes from my life feeling like it has no value. And I know what a lot of you are going to say. Oh no, you're important. You're somebody. I understand that. I know that I serve a purpose. But at the same time, I always tell people that if there were a cause that needed me to go outside, and I have done it, but if it meant me taking a bullet to the face for the point to be recognized, or for the agenda to be seen, what people like you and I, or what the human agenda that needs to be heard, I would sacrifice myself for that. Because there's some people that die behind cigarettes, that die behind sugar and salt, die behind car wrecks. I don't know. I'm willing to die for a cause that's just and humane, that helps people like you and I be heard or be seen. And I could probably talk about this all night long, but I have become a very resilient person. I've seen things and dealt with things that are very difficult for most human beings to have to deal with. It's very hard for a woman, mothers to my children, and yes, I did say mothers. It's very hard for them to put dependency on someone that's stuck in the mud. Because they could get so much better, they could do so much better, and they can. I mean, it's I'll never ever have that position. I'll always get passed over. I'll always be the first one let go. If I even get talked to or heard from, and then what do I have to deal with then? My children being stripped from me. And I'm here to tell you, any loving father out there, and I've had to keep my distance from some children. I've had to, and it's not on me. Like, I don't want to talk to them. It's because I'm deemed not worthy, or a good enough example, or there's a better man that's taken my spot, and that person has been chosen to raise my child. I don't want to make this video about something else, but it is about building resilience, and I have become that. I've been forced to become that, and I just want a lot of you to know that, one, I'm sorry for lying to everyone. I've learned to be very coarse and very rough around the edges, and I've had to be resilient for the people that I love and for the causes that I love, and that includes a lot of you. A lot of you people. I wish I knew you in real life. I wish there was some way I could meet a lot of you, and just have good conversations and be able to, hash out ideas and just talk about new things, talk about you, and find out who you really are. But anyway, that's neither here or there. Okay, I just wanted to touch base with a lot of you. I'm gonna be back. I'll be making videos here more often, and let me know, guys, know what you think. Drop some comments. I'm sorry the video took half an hour, and it did. I hope that you were doing something else. You weren't wasting all your time sitting here listening to me do this. I apologize it lasted this long, but I didn't know any other way to put it. And a lot of you know that I talk off script, and this was the only way for me to do it without a script. And I need, like always, I need everyone to know how genuine that I am about any view that I have. And like I said, again, I apologize I've been gone for so long. I apologize that I lied to everyone. I apologize if I made me sound like I'm more than what I am. And to be honest, I'm really not anything. I'm just a common dot on the board that we all exist on. And the only difference between me and most people is I got the balls to say it. And it's come from resilience. And if there's any advice I can give any of you, learn to be resilient. If you've been forced to endure tragedies in your life, horrible things, disconnections from people, I know the Mandela effect set people back within their family and relationships. You know, be resilient. You know, look at it as something that's made you stronger. Know that other people have it way worse than you do. You know, um, and I guess that's gonna be it for me. All right, I'm just gonna keep on going if I don't stop myself. So everybody, I'll see you guys soon. Stay true to yourself. Stay true to others. Keep your integrity. Know your position. Stand your ground. Love each other. And most of all, stay strong.